Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show. Happy Festivus, everybody. It's Steve Akeley, and this is a special show. Again, this is Danny being Danny. What was so great about Danny, he was just a regular guy that would come on, and he would be himself. And himself is exactly what you hear. He wasn't acting or goofing around or getting this way for the show. If you hung out with Danny, this is what he was like. And this is one of those where he's maybe had a little bit too much to drink, and, you know, he's kind of drifting in and out of consciousness. By the end of the show, he's totally out. But for some reason, because maybe just a Festivus miracle is what I like to say, is he rallies. And as we're signing off, and we're getting ready to go, and the recorder's going to be shut off, but lo and behold, here's Danny wishing everyone a happy Festivus. And it is just one of the all-time great moments. We'll have people walk in the shop and say, happy Festivus. It's part of who we are. It's one of those key moments, and hopefully you'll enjoy this show, and you got to enjoy something when Danny's involved.
Let's drink! Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon.
What's the first line there?
There isn't a first line.
Yes, there
Happy
is.
Festivus.
Yes, there is.
Oh, well, shit. I'm looking at the wrong show.
So who knows what you were getting ready to introduce there? All right, here we go.
I don't know. All right, we'll start over. Edit that out. I know you
No,
won't.
this is a mailing it in show. This has to be.
All right, take 2. Happy Festivus, and welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we're going to mail it in for Festivus. My name is MacLeod. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, with our special guests, Lori Mangum, Jim Fosnot, and Danny Kennard.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, happy Festivus. It's a Festivus for the rest of us. So, yes. First of 3 days, we're basically taking off. We are still working. These are new shows, but we're just mailing it in. We're not doing any of our bourbon topics. We're not doing bracket challenges or the things we normally do, discussions that get very heavy into bourbon. No, we're just talking about whatever we talk about. It happens the next 3 days: Festivus, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And I don't know, sometimes it's fun just to, get to know us on a casual basis. And that's kind of what these shows are all about. So, but MacLeod had an official question that goes, I don't know if it goes with the show or just in general, but MacLeod, what do you got?
Yeah, so I think one of the best things to come out of last year's still current pandemic was being able to stream new movies at home, right? Because we couldn't go to theaters.
Correct.
Even when they opened, we didn't want to. So yeah, I will pay $20 to watch a movie I want to watch at home because I was going to pay that plus more at a theater for snacks.
True.
And now a movie I really want to see is in theaters only, and I'm pissed about it.
Oh, which one?
Were you guys?
How long? Because a lot of them are coming out in theaters only, but only for a couple of days, and then they're releasing it.
I don't think this one is. So I'm real mad because I'm like, I wanted to watch it. I will pay you $25 if you let me sit on my couch and watch this. But no, it's theaters only, and I'm pretty pissed about it. I love that I could stream new movies at home.
Yeah,
I'm 100% with you. If I never had to go to a theater again, I'd be okay.
I have zero desire to go to this theater to see this movie. I don't want to go.
I make better popcorn at home. I can pause it, use the restroom, not have to run. I can, drink beer, barbecue, whatever I want in the course of the movie. I would much rather, especially with home theaters now, like they're fantastic. So there's no need for me to go. I don't need that experience to sit with a bunch of strangers. I don't like people that much.
Yeah, we have a sound bar. I can pet my dog. I can drink bourbon. I don't want to leave.
It's better. I agree. Yes. And this whole thing, I mean, even, I don't know, to me, the theater experience was going downhill anyway. I didn't like when, an old theater, they'd have you packed in there and there was this whole energy of the audience. But now there's no like this energy of the audience anymore because now it's just like 40 seats and they're the big recliners. Everybody's laid back. You'll hear someone snoring during the movies and stuff. I just think they've created the home experience at the theater, and I don't think that's what they needed to do. So I just didn't like how it was going anyway. And then they got waiters and waitresses coming in and asking if you want. I don't want any of that. I just want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Do you think the pandemic was the demise of theaters? Like, do you think they're going to go away in the next 10, 15 years because
I don't
the
think
start of it?
Back strong. It's not a great experience. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think they're going to go totally away, but I do think they're never coming back to what they were. I do think it's going to be.
I actually think that the home theater movies and everything else will go just like the iPod and then to the phones and everything else. So.
I don't know what you mean by that, Freddie, but I probably agree with you.
movies are going to go. It's going to be like an iPod and then a phone.
He's not wrong. You can watch it on your phone.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Oh, sorry.
Just think if Danny gets picked up by like a national show for commentary, just based on that insightfulness, stuff like that right there. Oh my God. Where else could you get something like that? Yeah.
Oh,
I think Danny was being critical. I'm not sure, really.
I don't think Danny's being. I think Freddie. Showed up for this show.
Right. Yeah. I'll tell you, it's just totally different. I know my daughter streams a lot of stuff, but only because she streams it under our name and it gets charged us. And then my daughter and my wife have to square up. My wife keeps track of all this and then bills her for all her streaming.
Your daughter movie bill.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a whole bill that goes back and forth. It gets added up. I see all the stuff coming through because my kid is ordering all these movies and it gets charged to us. And so it's a whole thing. Yeah. So. But yeah, well, there you go. I think movies have changed. I just don't think they make a lot of great movies. I think movies are not good. I like Quentin Tarantino, and I just don't think people make good movies. I think I like him. I like that Sopranos movie. I thought that was, if you're a fan of the show, like I was, I thought that was the best movie I've seen since the last thing Tarantino put out. And
just come up with a new story, though. Like, quit giving me reboots of everything.
Yes. Here's Ghostbusters. Yeah, the same Ghostbusters again. Or here's another Spider-Man. They're starting over again. Well, I
don't need another superhero movie. Like, I get they have their whole universe, and if you're into that, cool. But like, I don't want to watch that, and I don't need another rom-com. Like, come up with something original. Yeah, something good.
I agree.
All right, Bourbon related.
I'm the opposite of all of you guys. I love the movies. Like, I just love movies.
Name a good movie you've seen. And again, you like what you like, so I can't say it's wrong. But give me an example of something that you like that's come out.
I went by myself in my pajamas, packing snacks in the big purse to see the Marvel Shang-Chi. I'm not going to say it right, but The Legend of the Ten Rings.
The other day, drinking a Manhattan. And eating.
I just don't have a home theater system that can handle a superhero film. Like, I want to feel submerged in the sound, and I don't have that kind of fancy surround sound at home. So I think that maybe if I had a home viewing experience that was as comfortable and captured the sound, I would be where you guys are. But right now, it's like something that I go and do by myself. Like, I don't ask people to go to the movies with me. I don't care what I look like. I pack the snacks and then I go and do the movie thing. And it's like an escape. It's a lot of fun.
That could be a whole other small talk. Like, I would never go to a movie by myself. Like,
Oh, I used to think that was fine. I've done it a couple times, and it's usually because my husband was at work, and I'm like, well, I'm not waiting for you. So I went to see Midsummer, and I told him how good Midsummer was, and I think that is a theater movie because we tried to watch it at home, and he's like, why the hell did you like this movie? And I'm like, it was so great. There were so many colors and the sound. Like, that was a theater movie, but there's not a lot that I will say are a theater movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Sometimes I also like challenge myself about what the weirdest things that I can smuggle in are.
Oh, that's fun. You make
I got like a Papa John's pizza in there one time.
no.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, in my parka, like up the shirt.
I can see Lori set up in there with all this stuff.
Oh,
Just like fold it out.
Hilarious.
Take my
Hilarious.
space.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Lori. Lori, what do you got?
I'm gonna finish the night the way that I started it, with a little more of this Brothers Bond straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
Not as good that
Not
time.
nearly as good. Not nearly as good. I'll go next. I've got Restoration Rye from Castle and Key. Beautiful bottle. Gosh. And the whiskey's good too. So here we go. That's enough to take the lead. That's enough to take the lead. We'll see what happens. Oh, not great, but good enough to take the lead right now. Danny, what do you got?
I'm actually going to finish up my bottle of.
Yeah. Tumbling dice. Go ahead.
You're funny.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Bottle of. He's taking the glasses off now. Okay.
Short Mountain.
Short Mountain wheat whiskey.
Wheat whiskey. Okay.
So before he did this, he just finished a whole Glencairn of whatever the hell he had. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was.
He just shot back a whole Glencairn.
I don't know.
6 ounces.
Thanks, Freddie Mills.
Freddie's here.
Nothing.
Not much of a pop.
Nothing. Short Mountain. I never heard of this.
They
Danny buys the craziest stuff. I'll say that. Danny tries. I never try
Right
stuff
next to
I've
tumbling dice.
heard of. Yeah. All right, Jim, you're next. What do you got?
I'll go with some Bale Seagrass, which a good friend of mine, got me onto, and I really love it.
Oh God, yes, that's good stuff. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. It's decent, but not good enough. Lori's got the lead. What do you got there, McNeil?
I don't think this is going to do much because I've kind of abused it this week. I have the.
No, I got the lead. I beat Lori.
You got the lead. I was going to say, did I have the lead?
got the lead.
No.
I have a.
I gotta watch Lori now.
It's wheat inspired. It has this cute little stave in it. Like they really threw a whole thing in the bottle.
What is that?
It's Oak and Eden, and they finish things on staves, and they just throw them in the bottle. How cute is that? Oh, I'm just playing with
That's
it all
a gimmick. That's a gimmick.
It is, but I'm impressed, and I'm easily entertained. So
Let celebrities
I'm
involved
gonna
with
Google
that
that
one.
too.
Yeah.
none.
Jim.
Nothing there. I won. Lori almost stole that from me, but I still won.
Look, you can play with it like a metronome. You can just go.
Oh yeah, that's
Oak and Eden.
unbelievable. The technology. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, our Festivus celebration continues as we talk about whatever we feel like, because we're mailing it in. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Scott Pinkowski loves the Bourbon Daily.
But can I have a kiss?
No. That doesn't work.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Welcome to our Festivus celebration, actually.
Yes, we are. Is anybody here a Seinfeld fan besides me?
I have seen every episode of Seinfeld.
Okay. Oh,
I
Danny,
never got it.
Danny, you said nope, and then you said you are. So, okay. Jim, are you a Seinfeld fan?
Yes, for sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
You couldn't even put that up here. But like, it would get half the shows would be pulled off the air nowadays, unfortunately, with cancel culture.
Oh yeah,
there's that whole thing about he's apologized or stuff like, I couldn't do this anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in there they couldn't do for sure. It was pushing the envelope. So yeah, but it was I don't know. To me, it's the best comedy ever. I think the best TV show ever is The Sopranos. I don't think there's anything even close to that. And then I think the best comedy, which is a totally different animal, is Seinfeld. I honestly don't think anything else really, so much of it doesn't hold up. The things that you like at the time, I don't think hold up. I mean, I watched Cheers, which I thought was really funny at the time, and I watched it and it's like, this is a little stale. It's just like,
well, this is the reason why I look at Barrel. It's simple. They're hit or miss.
You're killing me, Danny.
You're killing me. The same way with me. I mean, some of it is funny, some of it isn't. So I did not enjoy some of Seinfeld. So
okay,
that's fair.
That's why I'm comparing the two.
Okay,
So he's the single barrel of comedy, is what you're saying, Danny.
Yeah, Seinfeld's
the
a single barrel
of comedy.
It's the honey barrel, actually. It's the honey barrel of comedies.
Definitely some high proof, definitely some hazmats,
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, plain simple. I mean, I enjoy some of it, and then some of it I don't.
Okay. So
I feel like we're airing the grievances too early. This is.
Yeah. I feel sorry for McNew. I guess you just didn't grow up in a funny household, or what? Why didn't you watch Seinfeld?
We did. I think it was one of those things like my parents would watch, and it was like a little before my time.
My kid watched it. My kid is a huge fan of Seinfeld, and she's a decade younger than you.
Like, I get the references because I like pop culture, and I think some of it's funny. But like to sit there and like binge watch a season or something, like I am never going to do that with Seinfeld.
Okay.
I'm going to do that with
tell me
and other things.
So you think that Friends is funny?
I love Friends.
Yeah, 100%.
Friends and Parks and Rec, I will rewatch all the time. But
Parks and Rec is like the new Friends, like all these ensemble casts, like How I Met Your Mother and things like that.
I like.
It's so bad I could write those shows.
You won't get this, Steve.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
I get that. I know what that means. I've seen enough. I'm a member of popular culture, so I know things.
By the way, you realize this is a podcast, so nobody nobody saw what you did in the audience.
Well, they're imagining it, and if they're Friends fans, they know exactly what
They
gesture
know
I just
exactly what
made.
You didn't describe it. You just did it. Like they had no idea. Like
She
Oh,
did
they know.
the clack your arms together. Now everybody knows.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Y'all both just wrote the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so parts of Seinfeld I got, like the soup Nazi I thought was funny. Like I know that one, and like there's a couple other like bit pieces. Like I loved Kramer, but just as a whole, like it didn't hold my interest like other things did.
they're real and they're fantastic. That was a great one.
Well, there's so
But
many.
Festivus is a great one. Like I love that would be my holiday. Like I'm not a big holiday guy, but Festivus, let's just put an aluminum pole in the front yard.
Right.
Let's put the airing of the grievances.
Yeah, pizza strength, simple meal, meatloaf. Yeah,
Yes.
we celebrate Festivus at my house. Festivus is a thing.
Nice.
If you're an Akeley family member, we do Festivus, and we've been doing it a long time. My dad's been gone 9 years. We used to do this when he was alive. So we've been doing the Festivus thing a long time. We have a Festivus meal, and then we end it not with feats of strength like they do on the show. We end it by making ravioli that we then have for our Christmas Eve dinner.
Oh, that's fun.
You guys actually air grievances though.
Oh, sure, of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Well, we're
little
making
too
the
risky.
ravioli. Yeah. Just,
Brave.
So can you give me some great like Festivus things that have got into culture? So in 2000, when Baltimore Ravens were running for the Super Bowl, they refused to. Belichick refused to mention the postseason, the playoffs. He referred to it as Festivus, and the Super Bowl was Festivus Maximus.
that's cool, right?
And then Rand Paul, the senator, he does his airing of the grievances on the Festivus to bitch about everything that was spent on, that Congress spent money on the 23rd. And then my favorite is in the Florida State Capitol in 2013 and 14, they made a Festivus pole of beer cans and put it next to the nativity scene to protest separation of church and state.
Jim,
I'm
you
not
like
mad
straight
about
up
it.
did your Festivus research.
He did Festivus research there. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of us are mailing it in. Jim's like, fact,
Yeah,
fact,
Jim-
fact.
Jim went to
I
work.
don't think think facts.
Yeah. Jim's holding this thing together. Yeah.
Well,
Steve was just going to be like, McNew doesn't like Seinfeld, and that's all the show would be. So thank you, Jem, for making me.
No.
I'm a giver, bro. I'm a
No.
giver.
It's just disappointing for me with McNew doesn't like it. So no. I just worry about your upbringing. I almost want to turn your parents into what's the watch group that watches over children in the house? They may take them,
Cabinet
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna turn them into that.
Services.
even though you're over 30. They may take you from your parents.
We'll do a wellness
I
check.
had cool parents, so like they let us watch The Simpsons. They kind of just didn't really give a shit what we were watching most of the time. So I'm sure that they watched Seinfeld. I just never really paid attention.
I was not allowed to watch any of that stuff. I didn't see any of these shows until I was a grown up and living on my own in another
I was
city.
a very uncensored child. Like my mom let me watch Rocky Horror when I was 11, and we just
Me too.
go to it every year together.
I could watch anything too. So yeah.
Oh no,
My
I
dad
wasn't allowed to
hated-
watch any of it.
My dad hated scary movies. He wouldn't go, and my mom loved them. And so I was 7 years old, watching Halloween in theater with my mom because my dad wouldn't go. Like,
What?
yeah. So I could watch anything at those.
Yeah,
No,
and
Oh no.
for a while,
think
we
with Benny
lived in
Hill
a
at,
farmhouse in
12.
Canada. Yeah, my mom worked nights, so my dad was like, "Yeah, you can watch Children of the Corn if you want to." We were 10. If he falls asleep, letting 10-year-olds watch Children of the Corn when we're surrounded by cornfields. My mom was so damn mad in the morning. Like she usually didn't care what we watched, but she was like, "That was traumatizing to them." She was right. We still haven't rewatched that movie.
Yeah.
Well, you are like the queen of Halloween now, so
I do
maybe
love
that
my
like
mom on
subconsciously
Yeah,
developed your spookiness.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just grow up with it. You just get weirder. And I got weirder the older I got. I'm just like, I don't care. I'm just be weird now. It's fine.
Yeah.
We love you. We accept you. This is a safe
When I was a kid, my parents, of course, my sister didn't go on this, but my parents took me to the movie 10, So there was a snow day. The way I remember it, there was a snow day, and my sister said, "I'll just stay at home." And my parents like, "Well, let's go see a funny movie. And this looked funny on the commercials." And what plays into this is my parents are cheap, so once they buy the tickets, they're not going to walk out of anything, even though it's wildly inappropriate for someone my age. A lot of nudity, people having sex and stuff like that.
It was Bo Derek.
Yeah, Bo Derek.
I just Googled it.
Watched the whole damn movie. So I could not believe it.
Stephanie and Lori have no idea what that movie is. Steve, I remember I went to go see some other movie that came out at the same time with a couple of my, 13-year-old buddies, and then we snuck into 10.
Right.
At the Chesterfield, at the time it was a four-screen cinema at Chesterfield Mall. And we snuck out or whatever, Clash of the Titans or whatever crap we were seeing to go see Bo Derek running topless on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was before the internet, when you could just type in, any of that stuff.
This was before the internet. Yeah. So it was,
you guys had to work hard to see boobs back in the day.
What's that? Oh yeah, you had to.
You had to work for those.
Yes. Yeah. So that was probably the most inappropriate thing I saw as a kid. But again, parents didn't walk out or anything. They're just too cheap.
Right. Julie Andrews was in a scandalous film.
Yep.
I just Googled 10. I'm reading the synopsis on Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Julie Andrews ever did anything scandalous.
Yeah. Well, Dudley Moore was in that.
Yep, Dudley Moore.
What a leading man, Dudley Moore. He was like 5'3". Yeah.
Oh.
That was the first episode of Cultural Appropriation with Bo Derek having her,
Oh, was that her with the braids? I know that photo of her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big. Yeah. She and Ravel's Bolero plays big into that. So that's the song that she likes to F to, as she says in that movie. Which my eyes got about as big as saucers when she said that. My parents look over at me, and but they just stayed there. I don't know. Yeah. So,
man.
It's you either make a big deal of it or they pretend like nothing's going on.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. They're just like, if we don't notice, you won't notice.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they laughed real hard at the to act like it was kid appropriate. They laughed super hard at the things that were appropriate for someone my age. I guess to try to make me remember that. I don't know what they were doing. It was awkward for them, I guess. But I remember there was like this one time when this old lady farts. And she's got this dog. The dog goes running off, and then he says, when she flatulates or whatever, she beats the dog or something.
Oh.
To blame it on him or something like that. So yeah.
It's when you get older though, like the Disney movies, like there are so many like sexual jokes in Disney movies
yeah.
you get as a
really
kid. I'm like, they wrote those for the parents so that they would buy this shit.
Yeah.
When I got divorced, I took my son on vacation. I'm like, let's just go somewhere. So we went to Mexico. And he'd been there before, but he's like 6 or 7. And so this time he's 15. He's learning how to drive and everything else. So we go there. And I didn't realize how many topless women there are in Mexico. And I've got my 15-year-old son there.
Mm-hmm.
I could either pretend like it doesn't exist or I could just throw it out there. So we basically, at the time, we'd be driving, he's playing Slug Bug. So we did a whole game called Slug Boob. And the best part of this is, so there's rules. If they're laid out topless, there's 1 punch. If they're walking topless, it's 2 punches. If they're lying topless, it's a 5-star smack to the back. So we're walking down the beach, and this guy's kite surfing. He's doing flips and all kinds of crazy. And my son's just there, just watching this guy flip. And I look up, and there's these 3 women in their prime.
And they're
walking. They're walking topless, and so I turn and I punch my son 6 times as hard as I can, and he drops to his knees. And these 3 girls walk by 2 feet from him while he's on his knees topless. He looks at me and he goes, "You know what, Dad? There really is no loser in this game." And that's the first story he told my mom when she picked us up from the airport.
Oh, perfect, right?
Proud, wasn't she?
You can have a talk where we're not talking about this when we get back.
No, my family isn't that way. Like,
okay.
We're good.
Okay, yeah.
It was funny.
Danny came conscious twice during that story, so he's just drifting in and out of consciousness.
Your story is very funny, Jim, but we were not always laughing at you.
I know, you're right. I know. Danny interrupted right in the middle of it. Thanks, Danny.
No, I think that's a great parenting story, Jim.
Like,
You You just don't make it awkward. You're just like, it is what it is. You're 15. I know what you're thinking. Like,
I'm either the worst father or the best father, depending on your perspective. Like, I mean, are you a horrible person for doing that, or
don't make him feel weird about it. It's fine.
It's fine.
My nephew just turned 1, and I don't plan on having kids of my own. So I've started this little savings account, and I'll do it for any future siblings he may have. But I'm putting like a little bit of money aside regularly. And when he turns 18, I'm going to say, where do you want to go? Literally pick anywhere you want to go. And I will take you. So like, if that's Amsterdam and we're turning it up, we're going to turn it up in Amsterdam when he's 18. If it's like really chill, then we'll be really chill. But like wherever he wants to go, we're doing it. And it's like, what happens stays there. And I will not tell your dad.
Oh, you have to be the cool man.
Yeah, you're the best dad ever. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
That was good aunting.
So there you go. We've lost a member. Danny's out.
No.
He's like, no.
No, his head's down. But yeah.
No.
Danny, we'll wrap this one up as we always do. By talking about where people can find us. Danny, where can people find you?
You can find me at Denny at Facebook.
He's the only Danny on Facebook.
Yep.
Danny on Facebook. Find him, guys.
Just search Danny. You'll find him. There you go. Yeah. All right. Lori, how about you? Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram or Facebook at Spirited Curves.
Yeah. Danny listens to the show at work with his buddy Zach in the van. So yeah, it'll be he'll enjoy hearing Danny on his best
for this.
Yeah.
On the bright side, Danny's off tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. All right, Jim, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fawzup or on Instagram at FawzJim, FAZZJIM.
All right, McNew.
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. All of our previous shows, we've got about 3,000 of them out there. So check us out. So much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. We'll be mailing again, once again. Take care, everybody. See ya.
Happy Festivus!
Later.
Bye.
Happy Festivus!
Yeah, happy Festivus.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.